Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to welcome all of you back here again. The SportEvac is choreographing Stadium Stampede document here that's on the Homeland Security, which y'all can all see here. This document here, guys, is just the same stories over and over and over again. But what's more disturbing about this document here is that they're trying to play it off as that these SOBs give a shit about you. Okay? This is what's even more terrifying to me, because every time these SOBs say they're there to care about me, there's always an event that these SOBs do. They always stage a false flag pretext in the wake and in the middle where there's a large amount of people, and trying to make the American people believe that there's this ultimate threat, that there's people trying to kill us. And I want to make sure all of you understand this very clearly. They said this back after 9/11 happened. George W. Bush comes out there and tells the American people, and he says to them, we need to make our roads safer. We need to make our highways and byways safer. We need to make our infrastructure safer and our bridges safer. We need to make sure we go over all of our checks and balances and check every last little piece of Americans' infrastructure to make sure everything is safe, including our cities, our metropolitan areas, where there are a large amount of populated areas that need to make sure that they are all safe, and that Americans can travel our roads safely from state to state as they so please. As soon as this happened, bridges started collapsing. How many of y'all remember that? Minnesota bridge started collapsing. What did we find out? Army Corps of Engineers was there on the day that the bridge collapsed. We even documented it. We found out that they were also inside of Sacramento when that bridge collapsed. We found out when they were that they were also conducting drills and exercises in Memphis, Arizona, when that bridge collapsed. And they were all new construction. Okay, now. Then they started saying we need to protect our children. We need to protect our schools. We need to start putting security cameras in our schools. And we need to make sure that our kids are safe at all times. Then, next thing you know, we have children being shot. Our schools being shot up. Kids dying. Kids getting stabbed. Kids this, kids that, blah, blah, blah. All over across the country. Everybody just started taking guns to school. Packing them. Like, I'm going to bring my 9mm and I'm going to pop a cap in my friend's butt, man, because he made fun of my girlfriend the other day. Come on, people. They're trying to make you all look like a bunch of nutcases. And using this scenario as a justification to take your guns away from you, just like what happened in Sandy Hook, what happened in the Aurora, what happened in Oregon, what happened in Virginia Tech, what happened in Columbine. All of these are angles to take your guns away from you, because they're getting ready to do what? Well, we all witnessed what they're trying to get ready to do in Boston. Because that was exactly what they were trying to do, was to bring military into your streets. But they had to give the military training experience to working with law enforcement. So what other way can they do it legally without violating constitutional laws? The only way they can do it is to stage an event to make it look real, that there was a terror attack. So next thing you know, we get this fake terror attack, fake victims, and fake victims who lost their legs, and fake victims who died, or they probably even pulled up pictures of the deceased children who died long before the event happened. And we're ready to sell it. Now, this is another thing I want to say to all of you. Notice how fast that they have the information all ready to tell you on the event that happened. They already had the pictures of the suspect. They already knew exactly everything about the suspect, where he come from, blah, 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 all before the end of the day. Come on, guys. Since when have you ever seen an investigation solved that quick? Never. Not even a basic homicide, an actual real homicide that takes place in a city suburb in the ghetto. It cannot even be cannot even be solved in less than a month. In fact, it takes them almost 6 weeks to even a year to even solve a homicide, a basic homicide. And you're going to tell me they solved the case of this magnitude that quick? They already knew everything about them. They knew where they come from. They knew everything that you could think of, guys. But the problem is, It was all made up. Now, when you look at all these other documents, and I look at this right here, I'm terrified that they're planning on a terror attack in one of our football stadiums. I'm terrified that they're trying to let all of us know that something bad's about to happen, as they always did. They were doing a terror drill inside of Boston, Massachusetts, and every event that's happened across the country. And each time, there's always been an event that happened in the area where they're at. I showed you all a document where the United States government were even had it on their Fema website. I showed you this, called the HSEEP. A lot of you were trying to say that this is not, the smoking gun. Guys, it is the smoking gun. Don't listen to trolls because they don't know what the hell they're talking about, okay? First of all, yes, they conduct exercises. Yes, they do. But you never conduct an exercise at the cost of the what? The citizens. You do it away from populated areas. This is a way that you're not going to be implemented, that you're involved in this event. If this was a real terror attack, then why were we finding Fema there? Because they were already admitting they hired actors to do what? To make it look real. To make it as realistic as possible, which is what you read on the document. But why would they need to make it so damn realistic that they had to literally go live and not even tell the American people that it's still a drill? Why would they have to lie to the American people and make them think it's a real event when we got facts to prove it wasn't a real event? Because it helps manipulate the American people into allowing them and giving them powers to use military in our streets, because now we are so out of control. We got now domestic terrorists in our streets making bombs and planting them where there's a bunch of people in the sporting arena. Wow, now we got military working with law enforcement for 2 people. Since when have you ever heard of that, guys? That they had to have the whole entire federal agencies, state police, local law enforcement, DHS, ATF, all of these law enforcements, including the damn military, to look for 2 people. And then it turned out these 2 people were not the ones who were involved in it. We find out that it was all a damn drill. And it was controlled. That bomb, ladies and gentlemen, was controlled by the United States military. And they knew exactly what they were doing. Why do you think they detonated that bomb behind scaffoldings, where you couldn't see anything that was on the other side, where you couldn't see the amputees putting on their fake injured prosthetic legs on their bodies that were already designed to wear them in this event? Why do you think so many people were wearing duffel bags with all their fake materials and their fake blood and all their fake costumes, or were inside of it so that it was at their disposal at the moment of this event? Why do you think they created so much damn smoke for? So it creates a smoke screen so you could not see them put their already clothes on that they had inside of their duffel bags while they had put on their fake costumes. Guys, we broke the story numbers of times. I've shown you pictures after pictures to show you it was a fake event. And since when have you ever seen a woman who's going to be happy after having her damn legs blown off and her career ruined and her damn dancing career ruined and sitting there smiling like it was nothing happening? Like everything was all fine. You already know it's a bullshit story. Simple as that. Then here we have all these other documents. Southeast Regions Research Initiatives. We're all going to be conducting their analytics on how to evacuate sporting arenas. See, these all become a big profit. And then Science Technology Decoratives, or Directorates, Explosive Divisions. Okay, they are also trying to litigate on how to control explosives and promote developments in field equipments and technologies and procedures to interdict persons-borne bombs and car and truck bombs, objectives, and the Explosive Divisions is working to develop. And you can see all their objectives that they're going to do. I'm not going to kill this time to read all of it. I'll let y'all read it on your own terms. But anyhow, Here we have sporting software companies that are trying to protect the infrastructures of all of our sporting events that are around the country, such as in hockey arenas and baseball field arenas, stadiums, shall I say, and then football stadiums, blah, 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 you name it. But it's amazing that the owner of this company, which is this guy right here, his name is Dr. Lou Maciano, okay, this guy here is the owner, is all of a sudden is trying to push his software company into making profit after the events of Boston, after the Boston explosion. But have y'all noticed that this is all turned into nothing but big profit for these fake victims? Look, go to their Facebook accounts, guys. They got millions of dollars they're raising on their Facebook accounts, and not one single one of them were injured in the bomb blast. And we have the documents to prove that they were already injured in a previous event. Look, I'm going to show you one. Look real quick. This has got me really angered right now. Here's Jeff Bauman, the so-called amputee. Let's say that he is not Nick Volt, which I think he is Nick Volt, because we got a photograph that shows that this so-called Jeff Bauman is missing a pinky finger. But what I want to do is I want to show you this document here. Watch careful. This here, sorry, this here is Jeff Bauman. And I want to show you that this is Jeff Bauman in the earlier stage. Listen careful. Watch. You can all see this is all Jeff Bauman. We'll get rid of all this advertisement here. Now, I'm going to pause it for a second. You see that right there? That's a metal bar that's going across his leg. You can barely see it in this photograph, but you can see how they try to Photoshop it to cover it. You can see how that you can't even hardly see his pants there, because it shows that Jeff Bauman is already has already prosthetic legs on. You see how squared up it is right there with the bar? You see that? Now, you don't believe it's him? You still thinking it's not him? Keep watching. You going to still think that he's not amputee? Watch careful. I'm going to enlarge it so you can see it. There he is, ladies and gentlemen, Jeff Bauman. That is him long before the bomb blast without his legs. You see now? You're looking careful? Isn't that amazing? Wow. And y'all still think Jeff Bauman wasn't amputated before? Guys, it's a matter of looking at the story more than once to get the truth. So when you're looking at this document, guys, always remember that it's always about what you want to believe in and what you don't want to believe in. But always remember, look at everything more than once, because it will always reveal the truth. And that's why I always say I don't believe anything what they said about Boston. In fact, I know for a fact that Boston was a fraud and it was staged. But nonetheless, it's all up to you. It ain't up to me. I give you the information. You can analyze it till the cows come home. I don't care. But I am convinced that these people are getting ready for something very bad. And I'm convinced that they're getting ready to do it in their stadiums, in the football stadiums. But I'm leaving this up to y'all to be alert. Until then, guys, I'll catch you on the next rebound. I hope that this all opened up your eyes. So, anyhow, y'all take care, guys, and stay safe. Good day.